So my own, this is how I like it. Boarding house makes me like rocks. We call it rocks. Rocks and needle. Right. Those times, you know, if you have needle, rocks day. Oh, your guy. Achimota school. Perfect oblayo made by yourself at home. Sugar bread. This you don't mix all of it as so. You leave some there. You mix as you go. It's called pay. Mix as you go.
Viewers, this is my breakfast also. Wow. And I can't wait to enjoy it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm sure I've already given the game away. Yeah, you know what's coming your way. So I'm going to share with you how you can make your own oblayo and ekwegbemi at home. Oblayo is the big green ones and ekwegbemi is the small green ones. So for that you need maize kernel or whole corn. Corn ebro, just ebro, the dried ones, okay. And because I'm doing it myself, I'm going to wash it nicely. I'll wash it because I'm not going to be throwing the skin away. The skin is going to form part of my maize meal. Okay, so I washed it with some vinegar, okay, and a lot of water. Washed it, make sure it's nice and clean. Dried it out before I used it, okay, so that I know that it's nice and clean. So give it a very good wash because these things can be dirty, trust me. And then you take out all the impurities and things that are not supposed to be there. Okay, so that is it. I spread it out on the kitchen towel, okay, and on the tray. So I put the kitchen towel on the tray and I spread it all out, and I left it out for it to air dry. You can air dry it a bit and pop it in the oven for it to, you know, give it a final dry, whistle dry, you know, the dry that is really dry, right? But then I just left mine out there for a few days, like about 4 or 5 days or so before. So it was really dry before I started working with it. But before I left it to dry, this is what I did. I use another piece of kitchen towel to, you know, dab it so that I can take all the excess water, right? So now it's day whatever it is, and it is nice and dry. I guess you can hear it, or maybe because I'm talking over it, you may not hear it. You can hear that it's really dry. Yeah. So we're going to use our Ninja for this. I don't know if any other blender can do this, but I'm using the Ninja. Okay. I've always been complaining that Ninja does not blend smooth for me. My things that I blend, if I want smooth, very smooth thing, this Ninja thing doesn't do it for me. I have to use the smoothie one. Okay. Right. But and that one too is too small. Me too, I like to make plenty things. I finally found a use for it. So what I did is I just popped it on and I started blending it so that I use the mass blend, okay? And just let it blend for like until it stops. I think it runs for a minute, okay? Sometimes it runs for 2 minutes, but this one it runs for 1 minute. So when it's like this, it's like you see that it got some smooth powder around it, but don't worry, okay? But that is what is going to form part of our maize meal, right? So it's all there. You'll be surprised, it's all there. So I brought it and I started sieving it. So we went through a lot of different sieves because I was really trying to get all the big bits out. This particular sieve was a bit too fine, so things were not, you know, going through it. So I moved on to another sieve which I thought was big enough to for the, you know, smaller or bigger particles or smaller particles. Hey, you see, I want the very big particles, but then there are small particles in there that I needed it to disappear. So I poured it in another sieve, right, to see if more will come. So that one has bigger holes. So what the machine did was sort of polish the maize, right? So it's polished the maize, but whilst doing that, it's also broken the maize into pieces, right? It's taking the skin off and then broken it into pieces. Some were broken to very small particles, right? And some was broken to the medium-sized particles that we need for the egg baby. I then moved on to use this big sieve, okay? I just poured in, because it's got big holes, I poured it in. So whatever comes through it, that is going to be used for the egg cake baby. If you don't come through it, you are the Oblayo. If you watch it to this stage, thank you so much. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. The Oblayo is the one I'm just touching. And all that passed through the big hole sieve beans, form of sieve. I don't even know the name right. That is what I'm going to use my grinder to grind to make it very smooth, because earthquake baby it's got a smoother, it's not too smooth, it's a bit rough, but got a smoother consistency. Okay, it's grain, it's like it's grainy, right? And this one, the Oblayo, is rocky. So let's use it, let's use that as the explanation. So this is how it looks like, nice and grainy, and it is done. So what I did was a portion of the earthquake beam, I ground it to a finer consistency, a very smooth consistency, and that is what I use to mix with the oblayo. When you are cooking your oblayo, you need some to thicken the oblayo. So I'm using my rice cooker to cook the oblayo, just to show you that, Charlie, that is the oblayo that we are making. Okay, so there it is. This is what I was talking about a moment ago. Okay, so this is very smooth, smoother than earthquake baby. You mix it with water and you add it to thicken the oblayo. Otherwise, the water around, or the sauce or whatever you call it around the quick baby, is very light, it's watery. So once you mix that and you add it to it, it becomes nice and thick. So I just added some salt, and that is amazing. It is just incredible that you can make your own at home. And when you make your own at home, you know that it's free of debris, it's free of dirt. It is. And if you're in the diaspora, you can't find it, then that is you. And that is the quick baby as well. So just giving it a quick, cook. It doesn't take long. A quick baby. I just added some salt to it, and this is it ready. Sugar, add the sugar. Some people like to eat it with peanuts, okay? For me, the peanuts is too much. It's like it's plenty inside my mouth, baby. So I decided to crush the peanuts, and it was amazing. I just decided to crush the peanuts, right? So if you add crush, this is how it looks like. Don't stir it too much, otherwise I bet you, right? It will tear water if you do that. Yeah. So this is what I've just added, and that is that for you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find this useful, and I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.